Are you guys still with me? Hi, Zoe, you made it, girl. I'm so happy. So all we've done is we have covered this with gel medium, and we've covered the circle page with gel medium. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry. It won't take it long. And now let's talk about making up a little bit of a medium for us to use. So I've pulled out my Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft gelatos, and I want to show you guys how to use them to make a paint. So I'm going to take and roll out quite a bit of this. I want it to be somewhat dark, and I have a little cutting board here that I've covered with a Tim Holtz mat or a Ranger mat, and I'm going to flake off some of these pieces. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this palette knife and I'm going to squish it, and I'm going to make them creamy. Now, admittedly, this is a little bit brighter than I think I want. I want something that's a little more navy. I'm going to take and put just a spot of water. This is just a water bottle. And that's going to help to break up the pigment and loosen it up a little bit and make it more fluid so that I can use these gelatos as paint. Isn't that cool? And I'm going to just pick that all up off of this mat. And I am going to put this into a little bit of matte medium, which I told you guys I put some matte medium over on this side. I'm going to leave that matte medium there, and I'm going to put it over here. And this is just recycled packaging for those of you who are tuning in later and you missed it. This is just recycled packaging. Then I'm going to take this palette knife and kind of get all of that good pigment off of that palette knife. And I'm going to mix it into that gel medium. And what that's going to do is that's going to make my gelatos now a permanent paint, because the gel medium is going to seal them. Gelatos are water soluble. So by doing it this way, I'm making it more like a paint. And it doesn't seem like much right now, but the way we're going to use it is going to be kind of sparingly. And you just want to mix that up really, really good. And I might want to put just a little more matte medium in there. The matte medium is kind of, think of it as clear acrylic. It doesn't really have any pigment to it. Now, I've had people ask me what's the difference in the gel medium from Faber-Castell versus other gel mediums. Well, my experience with this gel medium, and their marketing director may correct me if I'm wrong, but my experience is this gel medium is a little thicker and a little stickier than some of the others that I've played with. It's a little, I don't want to say higher quality, but it's a higher grade. How about that? Than some of them. It's fluid, but it's not runny. It's got a little tooth to it. Okay, so now we have this little paint. You see that? Can everybody see me okay? Am I still live and in action? Now I have some of this Heidi Swap Color Shine in navy, and I'm just going to drop a couple of drops of that into my concoction, because that has the shimmer I'm after, but it also has that darker pigment. See that navy blue shimmer that's in there? Oh, so luscious. So I'm just going to mix this in, and it's kind of turning it a little bit black, but it's going to have that navy shine to it. I think this color shine has like a it has like a black liquid to it, but it has navy blue shine in it, so it's so pretty. So it's a perfect color, navy blue. I feel like I'm mixing the witch's brew. And I'm going to get all of that yumminess off my my palette here, or my knife, my craft knife. It's early. I can't talk in nouns. So how's everyone doing? Everybody following me so far? Let's get to the layout because I'm anxious. Let me put the lid back on my gel medium so I don't mess it up. And what I want to do is take my little craft knife that I have here, and I've pulled out these circles. And we talked about them earlier, but they're made with my Nestabilities die, and I just cut some really thin chipboard with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my palette knife and kind of clean it off right here on my mat. And then I'm going to pick it up with this, put some more of this, and I'm going to color all of these circles. And they're going to stay somewhat transparent, which is fine. They're going to kind of follow our navy blue look of our layout. Isn't that a beautiful color we just mixed up? And the color on the gelato that I used, I don't have the color right here, but in my follow-up post, I'll put the color on there. It's the one that has that royal blue look to it. It comes in the set with the mix and match set with the blues. Okay, and then we're going to paint this one. And, you know, by making these elements yourself, this is, you know, a super trendy thing right now. And because we're using tools that we have in our stash, we're able to follow the trends by using chipboard. You know, this is, like I said, one of the biggest trends right now is geometrical shapes in chipboard. And look at how cool that already looks, and that's going to be great for our frames. The gelatos are so versatile. Guys, if you don't have any paints in your collection, I suggest buying the gelatos, because if you're looking to get into mixed media, I would start with the Design Memory Craft line, because they really have, all of their products are so versatile. Their pit pens, which we may use today, their Stampers Big Brush Artist pens are all, you know, they go on like a water soluble type marker, and they dry permanent. Absolutely perfect. They can write on any surface. They're blendable. You can totally blend with them. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside and let them dry, and I need to wash up my hands a little bit because they're starting to get a little yuck. And before this medium in here begins to dry, I want to go ahead and start painting some of it as a base on my layout. So I'm going to put this to the side and let it dry and pull my dots back out. And I'm going to take these dots and I'm going to just haphazardly push this color up around these dots. And I'm going to stay towards the middle of my layout. And don't worry about it getting kind of thin, because I really want this to just look haphazard and dry and I can add a little bit of water to it to thicken it up a little bit and make it drippy. So that's what maybe we'll do. And I'm okay with it being a little transparent. I don't need it to be really super thick, because most of this is going to get covered up. So I'm going to take that color shine again, and I'm going to hit right over the top of that. And see how it's just going to activate that pigment in the gelato and mix with it. And we're just going to get more of the same exact color. And we're just pushing it around. This is going to offer my base. And when I start building out my layout, I'm going to kind of stay close to this base. Okay. And I want it thinner in some places than others. So I'm going to hit it with a little bit of water. And look at that fabulous color that we're getting. I'm just going to let it drip and be natural and organic and do what it's going to do. So many people are scared of mixed media, and to be perfectly honest with you, it's one of the most freeing things that you can do, I think, because anything goes. There are no rules. There are no, oh, this has to be here or that has to be there or this has to look this way or that way. So don't be scared. Just do it. And the thing about mixed media is sometimes the messier it is, the better it looks. And at first you look at it and you go, ugh, what was I thinking? And then all of a sudden it happens. You know, you start seeing all that richness come out. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, here's the cool thing. Remember when we went through and we put all that gel medium on top? Well, what that does is it seals and gives us a layer on the bottom that is sealed. So I can now come back with a baby wipe and I can wipe away all of this ink splatter that I did not necessarily want up here around the top of my layout because I sealed it with the matte medium. Okay, but I think I'm going to let some of that just sit because I really like the look of it. I like the splatters. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to heat set it for just a second and we're going to go on to our next layer. Does anybody have any questions? A huge mess. I think messes are good in mixed media. I think that's really the look we're after, isn't it? Does anybody have any questions while I'm working on this? I'm going to have me a sip of coffee. The messier, the better. Zoe is the queen of mixed media. She will tell you. She has the most fantastic handwriting I've ever seen in my life, calligraphy-wise. I want her to teach a class on that. She writes her own titles and she just does a fantastic job at it. Now you see where this color has lifted here and here? Don't worry about that. We're going to cover it up with so many other mediums that is not going to matter. Yours would not look like mud. You know how to avoid the mud? Pay attention to your colors. When you mix and match colors, mud happens when you cross color families. So like without a transitional color in between. So if you were to take example, what's a good color to say? Your orange, and you were to mix it with, say, well, orange isn't even really, say red. You mix red and you put it with green, you're going to get mud. You need a color that's in between the two colors that they share color. So green is, you know, one of those colors that you can mix and match with by using yellow. So yellow and green and blue kind of help to blend a little bit better. But if you went from purple to green, you'd probably get mud. Because the green has no value of purple. The purple's, you know, well, I guess it does. It has the blue. But anyway, you know what I mean. You got to use a transitional color between. If you're getting mud, then you can always add matte medium to your bottom layer and then add your top color that you wanted as transition, and that would avoid the mud because the paints wouldn't mix. Okay, so here we go. Now we got our base, and it's a little wrinkly, but that's okay. I don't care. Okay, I want to add some texture to this. So that's where I'm going to come back with my maybe pulling in some more fun things. I want to use this. I like this one. This is called, help me out here, Tammy, because I can't believe I didn't do that. I did not write down the brand on this. So tell me what this, oh, I did. It's right here. This is called T it's the Crafters Workshop Mini Gothic Romance. Okay, so that's the stencil, and I just recently bought this from the boutique, so it's available there in the store. So today I'm going to use the whip spackle. Love this whip spackle. It is not like any other modeling paste on the market. It's super lightweight. It's very creamy, very creamy. It doesn't dry chalky. I love it. And I think I want it to go, I want to focus on this guy right here for now. So I'm just going to put some of this down. And maybe come across this way. Super creamy, super lightweight, mixes so well. You can make whatever color you want by mixing it with the gelatos. You can also mix it with whatever favorite paint you happen to have. I'm going to come up a little bit this time. Is everybody having fun? Anybody got any questions? I think this time I might want to switch up and go with this one. It follows our circle theme, for one thing. Maybe drop some of it down in here into this white space. And then carry back in with this. This is such a versatile stencil. If you don't own any others, I suggest getting these that have this these multiple patterns in them, because while you're learning and you're trying out, you can, you'll get a multitude of patterns that you can work with, which is cool. Let's put another one of those right down here. Now, I'm going to scrape as much of this off of my stencil as I possibly can when I'm done, and put it over here in my little palette that's on the side. I don't want to put it back in the jar right now because I don't want to contaminate what's in the jar, but I'm probably going to end up using it anyway. So, alright, so what this has done is this has toned down, this spackling has given us texture, but it's also toned down some of that blue. Oh, here, Edith, let me fix it where you can drop links. Hold on, I will fix it for you. Allow links. Okay, now you can, links are, now you can add links. I'm typing to Edith. Okay, so let's put one more little thing of this right here. Does anybody have any questions, or everybody following along just fine right now? Awesome, awesome. Guys, our July class will be on July the 7th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the kits have sold out from what I understand. So I'm going to put my whip spackle away for right now. I've got a good, nice texture going on here. And now it's time to start adding out a little more color. And I think this is where I'm going to come back with this Heidi Swapp Gold Lame. And I'm just going to spritz some of that right over the top. And that's going to offer us one more color and kind of knock that navy blue back down to the back. Look at that. Look at how yummy that is. So yummy. Okay. You always want to make sure that whenever you work with your stencils, that you always rinse them out before you move on to something else. So I'm in my little bathroom that's adjacent to my room now, and I'm just going to rinse those stencils off so they don't get gunked up, especially when they have little fine cuts in them like this. You want to make sure that you don't cover up those cuts, you know, because it changes the way your stencils look. You always want to rinse them immediately before these things have a chance to dry, and be super careful. And all I'm doing is rinsing them in water, cold water. You could use a little bit of soapy water in a bowl and just leave them soaking in it until you're done if you want to. I've done that before, but you do want to make sure you clean them up as quickly as you can. So, and then I lay it off to the side over here to dry out. I'm probably going to pull that one back in and use it again. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is I'm going to dry this really fast one more time, and then we're going to start building out our layout. Now, the cool thing here is that we want to make sure that our background stays in the background. We really don't want it to take center stage. The center stage on a layout should be the photograph that you're displaying. And if it's not, then you haven't done your job, because the whole point is to see the photograph. So does anybody have any questions? Oh, your name's Tanya as well? Welcome to my crazy show. T-Mac. Edith has sponsored the show, the Scrapbooking with Me Boutique, and they have so graciously provided kits. Our August kit will be going up for sale in the next week or so. And you also, when you're cleaning off your stencils, you want to make sure you're cleaning off your tools too. And I have a little bowl of water over here to the side that I'm going to stick those in. So now let's start talking about our little shapes we got over here that we have colored up. Because now we're going to be lifting that navy blue back up to the top. But we're going to reinforce the circles that we see over here by placing these. Let me see what I have here. I think I want to do that and put this one maybe up here, like this. Now what I like to do is kind of think things through before I move forward. I have a photograph of myself, and the subject of today is going to be me. I recently received an award for Volunteer of the Year for the Pop Warner. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pop Warner, but it's a football for youth sports and cheerleading, cheer and dance. And I was given this award, and it means a lot to me because I have worked for years to you know, in this program, and it just meant a lot to be recognized for my efforts, and it was great. I mean, I don't do it for the recognition for sure, but it's nice when you're appreciated. So it was a lot of fun, and they took some nice photos of me, so I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to actually take those photographs and use them today on this layout. And what I'm going to do is I'm reinforcing my circle pattern here by using these doilies. And see, I have this cluster of circles down here, so I think I want this one to be kind of opposite of that. I don't want to cover up the circles I created down here, so I'm going to move in this fashion. Well, it's been a long process, and I've been with this organization for many, many years, and it was so nice for me to, I feel like I felt very humbled because the people that were selected, this is like I was selected from volunteers that have been in the program for years, and also the group that selected me was from the whole state of Florida, part of Georgia, part of I think maybe the lower part of Alabama, but I'm not sure. So it was quite an honor. The state of Florida is ginormous. So I'm going to pull out some of these letters that I want to use, like today, choose joy, because I really think that helps me stay fierce. Then let's see, what else do we have? This is my life, because volunteering is a huge part of who I am. What else do we have in here? It's the little things, because it is the little things. This is happiness. I want to use that one. I think that's probably enough. Let me see. Hello, hello, the friendship. Maybe a couple of these feathers need to come out. Pull 3 of them out. And then I believe this is, these letters spell out, is it thanks that they spell out, or happy? I know they spell out happy. I'm gonna do happy as my title, because this did make me really happy. Happy. Okay, I think we got it. Is it pretentious to put awesome on a layout of yourself? Okay, maybe. All right, so now let's get some mediums in here. One thing, I want to reinforce the circles. Again, this came from the boutique. A lot of you guys have bought them. I'm going to use this circle right here. And I'm going to paint it on with some gesso. Let me find a stamping block, just because it kind of, this one is kind of hard to, it's kind of flimsy. So I want it to go kind of right here off the page a little bit. So I'm just going to paint a little bit of gesso on it. It's not pretentious at all. And I'm only going to cover half the stamp because we're going to go off the page. Just using my palette knife here to stamp it. And then I'm going to go right here and just put it right there, like that. Okay. And I have a little bit of ink there on my desk, so I'm going to put it right over here as well. You guys who've followed me for a while know that I like symmetry. If you don't like symmetry, then that's fine. Do what you like, what makes you happy. I'm going to rinse that off because I don't want that gesso to get stuck in my stamp. In fact, I probably need to take it to the bathroom and rinse it off as well. And I'm going to clean up my mat right here. Okay, now let's start building on our layers for our photos. And this layout's going to come together so quick here in just a minute that you're going to say, wow, that didn't take long at all. Okay, I love the look of uneven lines. Love it. So I'm just going to take some of these papers and I'm going to start just randomly cutting out pieces from them. I have this one already, and it kind of clashes a little bit with that, but look at this on the back. So let's take and just cut, just haphazard, just cut it out. Don't worry about it. Just in fact, let me pull out my Prima tool here, and we'll just if I've lost it, we're just gonna take these lines and just rough them up. No one will ever know we didn't cut straight, and quite frankly, I don't think anybody really cares because it looks cool when it's not perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use this because I can make it match. The thing I liked about this paper so much was that it was so neutral. It was so neutral. So let's start. Let me pull all these pieces off of here so we can start thinking about it. I'm really kind of happy with where I'm at right now with some of these things. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing things down. But when I glue down, I'm only going to put spots of glue in certain spots. I'm not going to cover everything because I want to be able to tuck and lift and move things around a little bit. Can you guys still see me okay? And I don't want to see that hole right there. And you see how I'm tucking that under? That's hiding half of my circle. So let's cut half that circle off and use it on the other side. Okay? And that's how you make your product stretch. Just make sure when you roll it under there that you don't see where you did that. Putting a little more glue on it so I can tuck it right there. And if it pokes out a little bit right there, don't worry about it because we still have pictures to put down. So again, I'm just going to put a little spot of glue there and come up this way. Want that to stick out just a little more. And where did that other half of that circle just go? It left the building. Okay, when it surfaces, we'll glue him down. I don't know what happened to him. I just cut, oh, there it is. It was camouflaged. Okay, and I'm going to put it right here, like that. Okay, and it'd probably be nice if we duplicated. Do I have another one over here? I do not. I did not color enough of them. I do have a little bit of gel here. Let me see if it's active enough. Look at that. Perfect. So the nice thing about these sponges is that they still, maybe put it here. Is everybody still with me? Love that. Okay, so now let's get our, take a second and dry this really fast because I don't want to stick my hand in it. Does anybody have any questions? You guys are loving this? Awesome. Okay, so here's my photograph, and let's see here. I'm going to maybe put this here. Again, you see how this is not quite the same tone as this? It's okay. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. How's that song go from Frozen? Because by the time I do this and I build out my layers, it's not going to matter much, you know? You're not going to see that much of it. Let it go. Okay, we need one more color. Remember that damask that we did? Let's go ahead and cut a piece of that off. And someone asked earlier if the gel medium was going to cause my layout to dull, my glitter to dull. That does not look dull, does it? Look at that. So let's go ahead and rough this up. Now, I belong to another group that talks about simple layouts, and we've been in this discussion about journaling. When you do a layout, some people say journaling is distracting, and some people say that it's necessary. Well, here's my thoughts on it. I don't think that the journaling needs to be the central focus of your layout by any means. But I do think it's an important part of your layout, because why are we building layouts if we're not going to tell the who, what, when, where, and why? Right? So I do think it is important as long as the W's are being told. And when I say the W's, I mean the 5 W's. You guys learned it in English class or in whatever language you happen to learn. You've learned in your language skills that the who, what, where, when, and why are very important. And I think they are still important in your layouts because that is what tells the story. And remember that while you know who these people are and the people who are in your lives at the moment know who these people are, they're not always going to know who they are. Someone somewhere down the road is going to say, who is this person? And why do I know this person? So it's nice to have it documented. Now, if you don't want it to take away from the integrity of the design itself, then at least address it on the back of the layout. Does that make sense to you guys? So what I'm doing is, I don't want to cover up my doily. I think that the doily repeats my circle pattern, and some of these I may need to actually come and pull them down just a little bit more. But now that I'm happy with this, I'm going to take my tiny attacher, which is buried in my little cubby thing over here, and I am going to staple that right in the center. Okay, so that's going to hold that down for me. And that's going to be where I place my photograph, which is right here. I don't want to use it yet because I don't want to mess up. Let me take this to the paper trimmer. Do you guys have any questions while I'm looking at this? Another thing you can do with journaling is that you can always look at me with glitter on my nose. You can always, now see what this has told me is that I can trim this down just a little bit. I don't need all of this right here. So I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. But you need to rough it up if you do, because that's what you did to the other stuff. You don't want anything that is not even. Okay, I'm going to put my picture over there because you guys don't need to see it right now. Alright, so I'm liking that. I'm liking where that's going. I'm still seeing my circles. I think I want to add a little bit of foam tape to the back of that and adhere it down. So let me do that really fast. Notice I'm staying towards the center of my layout. The center of my cluster. Now let's interject a few more elements in here, and this thing is about done. So we have our title. I need to figure out where I want to put my title. I have happy. And I want to put these down, and I think I want to just scatter them around. I just want to kind of haphazardly put them down. So I'm just going to take some of my hot glue here, and it says this is happiness. And I think I'm just going to reserve this spot for my title down here. You guys still with me? I'm not putting it down. I'm not gluing it down yet, so that means I haven't committed to anything yet. I'm just trying to find placement for everything. I don't have a plan. Every week I get asked the same question, do you have a plan when you start? No, I don't. You guys are watching the creative process just unfold. I just get in here and start pulling supplies, and I just start placing things around the layout. If I add it to one side, I try to add it to another. That's just what I do. So I went here. Notice that I'm staying here and here on that. Oh, that hot glue gun is hot. I'm going to stay the same way here. Today I choose joy. So maybe come up, maybe even come in a little bit. Maybe that needs to go right in there. today I choose joy. See, I'm staying fierce, little things. This is my life. Happiness, this is my life. I like that. Or wait, maybe, actually, now that I think about it, maybe I want this is my life right here. I'm going to put it right here. This is my life. Pop Warner is my life. It seems like I can't get out of it. And then happy, today choose joy. Okay? Then I've got these little feathers, and our team is called the Indians, so the feathers are appropriate for this. So I'm just going to kind of tuck them in. Notice I'm leaving everything very natural. I'm not trying to add color to these because the color and the drama is really coming from the navy blue, and I really don't want to take away from that right now. So I'm adding those feathers up and around, tucking them in. Some go under, some go over. That gives your texture that you're after. But notice that I'm putting them down so that they form a circle, because that just reinforces our circle idea as well. See, they're going to come around in a circle fashion. So I'm going to put this one underneath, I think. Some you see, some you don't. It's okay. Now, I stapled those in the center, but this is lifting just a little more than I'd like, so I'm going to put a little spot of hot glue there. And look at this. Look at how it's coming together. You guys liking it? August kits are going in today, so get them quick because they've been selling out, honey. We are a hot commodity. Okay. I think another thing that I really like, and I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm going to try it. I have this same photograph that I have now printed in black and white. And I'm going to lay it down here like this. And I've got it printed twice. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but you don't know till you try. I've seen people do this, and I really like the look. Where you take two photographs of the same image like this. I don't want to cover up "This Is My Life." And then you lay this down on top of it. So you're seeing it kind of peekaboo out from both angles. And I don't know, it might be distracting and it might be good. What do you guys think? I like it. But what I don't like right now is that all of these things are kind of just too much. So I'm going to take my Heidi Swap Color Shine and I'm just going to hit, oops, I got it on my photograph. That's okay, we're going to work with it. I'm just going to hit and knock all of that stuff backwards. Okay? Look at that. All right, now we're going to dry it for just a second. Anybody got any questions? You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. That's how I look at mixed media. You either love it or you hate it. Okay, but I'm loving this. All right, I'm happy with this happy. Today choose joy, happy. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Okay, so let's get these down. So I'm going to start with the Y because it's down here at the bottom. I'm going to start with the Y. I'm going to go on to the P. Does anybody have any questions? Are you liking it? Who's going to go home or go off today and try some mixed media layouts? Okay, now see how before this paper was so bright, you don't even notice it now. Look at that. You don't even notice it now. And in fact, I think what I might do is come back with my gelatos and just tone. That might have been a mistake. It might not have been. I'm just wetting my finger a little bit, and I'm just gonna knock that back too. You don't need to necessarily see Stay Fierce. Actually, let's do it this way. It's the little things. Let's wet that and pull that around as well. I need more water. I'm spraying some water off to the side over here, and I'm going to dip my finger in it and just work that in. Now what that's going to do is that's going to take your attention away from those titles so that they're there, but they're not center stage. Okay? And this is just that I love using these sponges because they do help they hold a lot of a product in them. Sometimes that's a bad thing and sometimes that's a good thing. But one thing I like about them is that they stay wet for a really long time, so you got time to play with stuff. So now my titles are there. The only ones that really take dominance are going to be the ones at the bottom. They're there. They're there. Don't get me wrong. They're there. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's go ahead and look at some of our other 3D embellishments that we have. We have this beautiful frame. How about Thankful For? It's black, but I think it'll work. It follows our circle theme. We'll put that there. We also have this frame, which is kind of nice. We can take... are we going to go with the 3 pictures? What do you guys think? Let me know. Do you guys like the 3 pictures or just the 1? I could do this. I do like that. I'm going to do this. Do you guys like the 3 pictures? Tell me now. I love the 3 picture idea. Okay, well let's go for it. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit of pop dots to this. Just a little right here. I print all my pictures out at home, guys. If it's digital, it's not my only copy. That's how I look at it. And you know someone who's really going to want to try to steal this layout from me is my mama. I'm pretty certain. How about remember this? We cut this out from the collection a long time ago, remember? So let's counteract this and this to this. Okay, so let's put a little bit of glue there. We're almost done. Where did the 3rd picture go? I sprayed it with ink. I remember that. What did I do with it? What did you guys see me do with it? Please tell me. Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. She's jumped ship. Okay. So let's put that one there. Got a selfie, yes. You know what? I don't take pictures of myself enough. I feel like sometimes I love that, guys. You guys have made me really love this layout. I'm loving it. Look at this. It's my counter ego. What else do we want to put on there? What else have we got in our little arsenal? We're getting close to, I think, getting this done. Oh, we need some of these. Well, I did get, what about number 1? That's a little pretentious too. You need to take pictures of yourself. Your kids need to know who you are as well. So let's go ahead and take, remember this. That's a good one. Let's take that one. And where are we going to put it? I think it needs to be, we could put it right here in the middle of that. What do you guys think? Remember this. That reinforces that. Let me get my poker tool. Loving this, guys. I am so loving this. Okay, what do you guys think so far? Do we need anything else? Are we good? I mean, we're getting close, I think. Let me see what kind of numbers. If we got 2014, we'll go ahead and put that on there because it is nice to have a date. Oh, we have these alpha stickers. Let's see what's on those. Oh, what about the feather? We could just repeat that feather theme. It's introducing a new color, but I'm liking it. We could poke it like right in there. We got black on this side. Let's go. It may not work, guys. The feather may be too big. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like it. Let's put it back. We'll save that for another project. Sometimes it just... Oh, wait. What if we did it... What if we did it over... No. It's just a little too big. And it's black, and that's not helping any. Okay, let's go to this. Grateful. I love the grateful. So grateful. Always grateful. I'm grateful. I'm happy. 24/7, 365. I choose joy. I choose joy because I've had a life crisis, and I'm going to tell you straight up, and all bad things, something good can come from it. Just keep that in mind because, you know, God doesn't shut a door that he doesn't open another one. And I know some of us have things in our lives that we feel like we'll never recover from, but I'm telling you right now, I've stared death in the face, and I said, not this time. And I think I lost a feather somewhere. There he is. And you know what? Sometimes death happens, and it's hard. It's really hard to cope and deal with. We miss the person, but we have to have faith. We have to choose joy because someone on the other side is looking at us and seeing how we cope with our reality, and we maybe give hope to someone else by the way what the things we say or the things we do. So I just choose happiness. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be in a world of negativity. Okay, we have one more. Lecture's over. We have one more little circle thing here. We can pop right here, but that says remember this. That says remember this. Let's throw it over here somewhere. Oh, what about right there in that circle? I don't like that big gap that's right there. Now we need some journaling on here. That I'm going to say straight up. And I think what I want to do is we'll put remember this here, and then let's make us let's see, we have some journal cards over here. Let me see if any of them will work. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this one's subtle, and I can pull this up. Hope I like it, because I just messed that up. What if I did this right here, and I put my journaling right there? Let's do that. And there's no need to waste this, so let's trim it with the paper trimmer so it's... Oh, wait, or do we want this one? No, the brown. We're done, guys. As soon as I put this journaling on here, we're done. Let you get back to your Saturday. Let's see. This year I was wait a minute. I just messed up because I wanted it that way. No. Why did I do that? You know what that is? That's an embellishment opportunity. And I think that's exactly where that little arrow is going to go. Okay. Um, let's do this. Let's go ahead and trim this down. Right there. And then I'm just going to put 2000 this year. I was selected as the Southeast region, Pop Warner Volunteer of the Year. And then I'll just stamp it with the date. And it was May. What? Someone look up a date for me really fast. I need to know what the Saturday of Memorial Day was. Was it the 21st, I believe? But somebody look and tell me before I stamp this. Does anybody have any questions? It was the 24th. Okay. So let's take, we need, let's see here. I could do this. Oh, here. I've got the navy blue from Heidi Swapp. Let's use it. You always want to stamp it first on something that doesn't matter to see if it's right. And then I'm going to put it right here. There you go. And remember I said this was an embellishment opportunity because I messed it up, and we don't mess up, do we? Y'all, guess what? Mama Tanya messes up all the time. All the time. I'm keeping it real for you guys. It's just an embellishment opportunity. Okay, see where my upside down T is? Let's take that feather. Where did it go? And we're going to put it right there. And that is just going to cover up that T, and you guys will never know it was there. Now I've got a little bit of a hole right there I want to see covered up. So I'm going to look for something else that's circular in my little sticker arsenal. I have a fleur-de-lis, but I'm not sure that that really works with what we're doing. What else do I have in my arsenal? Anybody have any questions? I have this, this one might work. What if we did this? It fits our circle theme. Let me flip it this way. It kind of fits our circle theme. Okay guys, I think I'm kind of done. What do you think? Do I need anything else? Do you guys see anything else that needs to happen? We could take some of this. I recommend covering up your photo if you're going to do this. Where is it? Let's take this. And then just maybe make some ink splatters. Just because I can. This is the Heidi Swapp Navy Color Shine. And again, I'm applying the splatters in a circle around my layout. And there I go. I done messed up again. Where's my paper? see if I can lift this. We'll just write right over the top once it's dry. Anybody got any questions? Thank you guys so much for coming and joining me today and being a part of this Ustream. I really appreciate it. I know it was kind of a quick and unexpected, but we seem to have a lot of fun. We got us a mixed media project done, and so fun. Again, these were in the June kit, and thank you so much to Edith and all the gals for helping me with this. Aw, thank you. You're so sweet. Y'all, that's why I hang out with y'all. Y'all are so good for my ego. I'm just kidding. The color shine just dries kind of slow for me, so I'm going to just blot it a little bit just so these ink splatters kind of have a little more natural, organic look to them too. Lift some of it up. And then I need to put this back, but it's not dry yet. And I also kind of feel like a little bit like I need to hit it with the gold just a little bit. Just for those elements that I just added. That helps. Yay! It's super shiny. Oh, great. I got it all over my face. Oh, well. I'm golden. Hi, Beatrice. So thank you guys so much. We had a pretty good turnout today, considering we did this early and quick. You know, I will try and get a high-res image up before I leave to go out of town really fast. Again, I've got a beautiful gold all over my face, so when you see me shining, you know, that's just my sparkly personality. Oh, thank you, Tanya. So thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me. I'm going to stay in the chat for just a second to answer any questions that you guys might have. All the products that I used today can be found in the boutique. So please let anyone know if I use something and you can't find it. I will do a post. It'll have to be next week sometime because I'm going out of town. But I will do a follow-up post that shows the layout with more details of the products that I used so that you guys can duplicate it on your own. Those of you who bought the kit has everything that you need other than the mediums. So, oh, you woke up late, but well, it's recorded. It is recorded. So you will get that. So thank you so much, guys, for coming and joining out, hanging out with me today. And remember, our next Ustream is July the 7th. And it will be